My mom was at two places at once and I could see them both while it was happening. This already sounds like some fake BS cliche out of a shitty movie, but I wish it was. Weird shit has been happening recently, like really fucking weird. I won't get into them, as I know it's only one glitch per story, but just know that this isn't the first glitch this past month. Okay, so this actually happened last night. I was chilling out and just hopped off for the night to get some sleep. As I have work today, I got up from my desk and my mom came out the door same time as me, which I assumed she heard me coming. We walked and talked for a second and was heading in the kitchen with her when I saw my mom. So for context, at this point I was stood with my mom in the hallway with another mom in the kitchen, both identical. The mom in the kitchen I saw no longer for a second, and she walked to the right out of view. When I got there, she was gone, and my mom, who was in the hall with me, rather didn't see or was clueless as she had no idea what I was banging on about. I tried to recreate it to see if I hallucinated or saw something that looked like her, but it's quite hard to replicate something like that with great detail. That wasn't the only thing that night either. Maybe it was because I was freaked out and not realizing, but as I was trying to recreate the scenario, my mom left to go to the bathroom, and not even 5 seconds later, as I left as well, she was now in the living room doing washing. What the fuck is going on? I saw her heading towards the bathroom not even 5 seconds ago, where she told me verbally she was going to the bathroom as well, and then she is now in the living room doing washing, and this was back to back same night. My living room is not near my bathroom and is across the opposite hall. I wish all this shit happening lately I was making up, but I am not. I do suffer with OCD for figures and fixate on things quite a lot and have a very keen eye. Whether it was real or not, it was scary as fuck how real it was to me, and it's weirded me out. Due to me fixating and this being a scary topic for me about life, I am not saying it was 100% real, as our minds can fuck up and manifest fears, but the level of detail paired with all this other scary shit, and it starts to go from logic to supernatural. Rather that or psychosis is what the fuck is happening to me. Am I crazy? I must be holy shit. I live in a haunted house. I know at least one woman was still here. First time I experienced something, I was home during the week. I like to have a space heater on under my desk. All of a sudden it dropped down like 20 degrees even though the heater was still working. Then I felt a finger poke the back of my neck. I spun around thinking maybe my wife came home for lunch, but that's odd because she works 30 minutes away. There was nothing behind me. I said, "You aren't supposed to be here, you need to leave." As soon as I said that, the temp came back up. Fast forward a few months, I used to work as a network engineer for a financial company overnight. It was really snowy, so they told everyone to work from home and avoid the roads. About 3 in the morning, I told the team I needed to step away to use the restroom. I walked across the family room and did my thing. I returned to my office and went to close the door, but it stopped a couple inches from the doorway. I looked down, thinking maybe my young daughter had left a toy on the floor before going to bed and it was blocking the way. Nope, nothing on the floor. I peeked out thinking maybe I woke my wife and she came down to check on me. Nope, no wife. I said, "Is someone there?" I heard a female voice I had never heard before whisper, "Yes." This time I said, "I told you before you are not welcome here and you need to leave now." As soon as I said it, the door closed all the way. Since then, we've converted that room into a guest bedroom. It's not uncommon to come downstairs and find a house guest sleeping on the couch rather than the guest room because they felt creeped out in the guest room. A few months after that, my wife and our daughter flew down to California for Lunar New Year with her family. I had to work, so I stayed home. It was around lunchtime, and I was at the kitchen table, and I heard the same female voice whisper, "Let me in." I was like, nope, never gonna happen. I regularly hear someone walking around upstairs when I am home alone. Not the sound of the house settling, but actual footsteps. Clomp, clomp, clomp. We have a flight of stairs that goes up maybe 15 stairs to a landing before pivoting to the left. If I am sitting in the corner of the couch downstairs, I can see right up the stairs. I regularly see a female figure standing on the landing out of the corner of my eye. The minute I turn my head, she vanishes. I had surgery a month ago, and ever since I woke up from surgery, I can see dead people as shadows. They are just around. It's so far only my family, but it's them. I see them. I have been battling an infection, and so I keep thinking, okay, well, it's going to pass it off as probably just me being sick. But I called my mom to tell her that my aunt, who passed a few weeks ago, came to me last night, and I heard her whisper, "Psst, psst," giggle, "wake up." It was bizarre. She was just happy as can be and wanted to share and play with me. She showed me that she could hug her parents again. They were all so happy. She showed me herself standing in the kitchen behind my parents, smiling and putting her hand on them. She wanted me to see she was at peace, and she seemed really, really entertained, which was unexpected. My mom gasped. Apparently, before my aunt fell ill, she told her that Mom and I sometimes get visited in our dreams by family to warn us of danger or that somebody passed. And my aunt said she was jealous, and when she died, she would have to come mess with us. On top of that, I was telling Mom how serious and real this is, that of course, here and there we had stuff happen, but I've never been more sure in my life that is real, that I can really see people that have passed, and I went from being freaked to making peace with it. But one thing I can't figure out is there is a 5-year-old girl that stands beside my bed most days, that I wake up constantly in the middle of the night thinking it's one of my kids asking to get in my bed, but it's not, as I don't have a 5-year-old girl, and she loves to play her music box for me. I told her the only little girl I know that passed is Dad's sister, but she was like 2 or 3. She said, I think she was 5. I said, no, she was 2 or 3. Go ask Dad. I'm 90% sure she was 2 or 3. She goes to ask my dad how old his sister was when she died, and he says she was 5. I was in absolute shock. I asked him if she had a music box, and he said, I don't know, I'll have to ask my brother, but she loved music and to sing. Why? I've spent a month telling my husband I don't know a 5-year-old girl, so I don't know who she could be, but apparently I was wrong. I'm floored. I was in jail for about 8 months this year before I got bail, and during this time in jail, people used to tell me they experienced or heard paranormal experiences in the facility. This included banging on the bed frame next to their head while they slept, someone touching their legs, bed sheets being dragged off people and items falling at nighttime. Correctional officers had also seen shadows with no one there but them at nighttime. Me, personally, I was a skeptic and I never really believed them. I thought it was a load of bullshit until something happened to me. Just some background information, the jail I was located at was a former Nazi prisoner of war camp, but had been converted to a maximum security detention center. One night at about 3-4 a.m. I woke up out of nowhere, which is usual for me. When I was locked up, I woke up at least 1 or twice every night. This night was different though. About a minute after I woke up, I felt someone firmly hit me on my right shoulder. It was a real solid hit, man, like it fucking stung. I was in shock. No one was awake. Nobody was near me at all. It took me about half an hour to go back to sleep. Before this, I was an absolute skeptic, but this situation completely changed my perspective. What do you guys think this was? Was there a message to this, or a sign, or just a random paranormal experience?